Hey, y'all. This be your boy, Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode, brand new review of Married to Medicine Season 11 Reunion Part 1. All right, what's going on, you guys? I hope you guys have had a wonderful, wonderful Monday, and I intend on doing the exact same thing, y'all. What's going on, y'all? Let me tell y'all something. Before we get started, let me let you guys know what we got coming up, honey. All right. Now, we got the Whether You Like It or Not panel tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And it will be over on Josiah's World TV's platform. It's been a long time since we've been over there. And I am very excited. We need for you guys to support Josiah because he just started relaunching his platform as of last week. He already getting it started. He already getting it going. So please support him and go over there to the platform and watch us tonight for the Whether You Like It or Not panel. The link is already available. It's in the playlist already. But of course, after this is over, I would definitely be sharing the link on my community wall so y'all can know where to go. But we will definitely be over on Josiah's World TV's platform. And of course, tomorrow we got Love and Hip Hop Miami, and we also have Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Y'all know that every Tuesday is Love and Hip Hop Day. Now, before we get started and get into this review, let me let y'all know something. I think I gotta say this real quick before we get started. Don't y'all know I got a job? Don't y'all know that I work in the morning? So why are people coming at me saying you are way too quiet on this Latrice story? We need a video from you. Girl, don't you think I'm gonna do that? Don't you know I work? Don't you know I got a set schedule? Don't you know my YouTube videos are put out based on my day job? Give me a moment to go home. Give me a moment to watch Married to Medicine and do this review first, and then I can give you guys the Latrice video. Ain't nobody quiet because somebody's friends with them. I'm quiet because I'm at work. Give me a moment, girl. Jeez. People be so quick to try to say, oh, he ain't gonna talk about this, baby. I was gonna talk about it from the moment I saw it. Okay. It was gonna get talked about the moment that I seen the shit. So what you mean? I'm just saying. But anyway, y'all, you know what? This is the wrong road. I should not be chewing gum while I'm doing the review. Sorry, y'all. Nobody wants to hear gum smacking on a review. Yes, Latrice from Bell Collective. It's some stuff that went down at her bar and grill and stuff like that. And everybody just, I guess some people been camped up outside of my damn comments waiting on me to speak about this. I'm going to speak about it when I get myself together. This is the first video of the day. Give me some time to get myself together so I can talk about it. The hell? But anyway, y'all, I had to say that. Shout out to my moderators that's up in here. First of all, I see CCL Freak. I see Katiana. From the looks of it, those are the only two moderators that we have up in here right about now. Okay, them the only ones that we got. So yeah, I listened to T's review while I was at work, and then now I'm at home now. So I'm like, okay, I'm finna watch the show myself. When I tell y'all, I love watching the shows on Peacock because it's uncensored and I can hear them cuss. And I love to cuss and I love to hear other people cuss. So I'd be happy to hear that shit. Okay. So yes, I watched it just a minute ago. I was a little late because I was on the phone with Really B Child, but yes, we got it together. We finna go ahead and get into this thing right now once we hit the 5-minute mark, and I think we hitting it now. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and get into this thing, which is this Married to Medicine review, honey. All right, and it's all about the reunion, honey. But let me see. Let me go here. Okay, here we go. So it's better to watch on Peacock? Absolutely. I love to watch it on Peacock. Sometimes they add unseen part, like sometimes they add parts to this to the reunions that you don't see on national TV. Like, yes, some shit that you see on Peacock with the reunions, you won't see it on the Bravo version. You'll see more on the Peacock version. And they cuss. So absolutely love it. Okay. Now, These are my notes right here. Okay, these are my notes. I got a couple of notes for y'all, so we got some things to talk about today. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and get into it, honey. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. So, let's get into it. Now, we start off by talking about Phaedra and her absence. Okay, you know, Phaedra is a punk. We already know this. Phaedra did not want to sit there and, you know, face her fears and deal with the bullshit. She just didn't want to, and that's just the truth of the matter, right? So then Jackie addresses Phaedra's absence, and Jackie was like, well, I feel like as a cast, we have enough personality, enough jokes to where, and before she could finish her sentence, Quad was like, to where she's not needed. Okay, we got it. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I guess so. I guess so, honey. All right. I guess so. So Toya says, I'm very disappointed that Phaedra is not here. But, you know, I spoke to Phaedra and she was like, I'm not, you know, I asked her, was she coming? I was trying to get her to come to the reunion and stuff. And, you know, Phaedra said to Toya, I wouldn't help that show for shit. And everybody started laughing. But here's the thing about Phaedra really got way too much queso dip on her chip. She really do. She got way too much queso dip on her chip, and I'm gonna tell your ass why she got too much queso dip on her chip. She got too much queso dip on the chip because she really believes that she did something for this show and that she's helping this show. The show was just fine before she brought her frog mouth ass on here. Let's be clear. She ain't doing nothing spectacular for this show. She didn't bring anything to this show. All she did was sit up there and do what she normally do. Oh, child, 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 child. Well, a Southern Belle always knows that you can't eat hot sauce without the hog maws. All that dumbass shit she be doing. Like, she don't do anything. Like, she really believes that she is some big time reality star and that she brings the heat and that she brings so much to this show, and she don't bring a damn thing. So at the end of the day, she didn't do shit. And I don't understand why anybody even thinks that I don't understand why anybody thinks that she just brings so much to reality TV because she don't do shit. She don't do nothing but sit there and recite a bunch of rehearsed reads and call it a day. Like, it's just not cool. And that's just it. She didn't bring nothing. And she can't help the fact that she's getting called out. She's gotten away with a lot of stuff that she did on the Housewives of Atlanta. She got away with it scot-free. Even though she did get fired when she made up the lies on Candy and Candy and Shamia and Todd, although she did get fired, I still feel like her ass should have came back for a couple of seasons and got her ass drugged the first 5 episodes of the season, and then we could have thrown her to the wolves. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's why I don't understand why she coming back to the Housewives of Atlanta, because her performance on Married to Medicine just wasn't worth it. And everybody's saying, well, I mean, she didn't work on Married to Medicine because she didn't need to be on Married to Medicine. Like, I feel like, you know, she was better off on the Housewives of Atlanta, but she didn't really give y'all nothing on the Housewives of Atlanta either. The only time Phaedra really did anything for y'all, even giving y'all anything, was when Kenya showed up. Let's be for real. Let's be for real. Her first season, she didn't do shit. That 4th season, she talking about she was finished. She was going to mortuary school and and deal with dead bodies and shit. Season 5, Kenya came along and woke her ass up. By season 6, Kenya was still waking her up, and Apollo was still around. By season 7, Apollo wasn't around no more, so she latched on to Portia, and then she started beefing with Cynthia and Kenya and Claudia and Demetria. So if it wasn't for any of them women giving her a beef to eat, she would not have nothing to talk about or nothing to do on these shows. Let's be clear. So please, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I was on a web reality show, I'm sure y'all would want me to bring something to the table. Even though y'all wouldn't give a fuck anyway. Y'all would just root for me anyway because y'all the Scotty Gang and y'all gonna root for anything that's involving me. I'm gonna keep that in mind in a couple of months. But anyway, y'all, Toya says that she's disappointed because, you know, we welcomed Phaedra with open arms and we wanted her to be here. And then when she got here, you know, she just changed and she just switched up. And then, you know, they showed all the stuff that Phaedra had said about them and stuff like that, which I already talked about earlier in the week or whatever. And then that's when Simone says she called us trash, but the thing is, by her calling us trash, it doesn't make sense due to the fact that we have never done the trashy things that she's done in the past. And Toya was like, no, we never have. Well, listen, Phaedra did try to ruin Candy's reputation by trying to imply that Candy tried to and grape Portia and Shamia. Okay. And that was just something that I'll never get past. Anytime you can sit around and lie about something like that, I'll never ever get over it. Okay. And this is why I never could understand why did the people be on Phaedra's side in that whole thing. I don't give a fuck if you feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if you feel like, Candy wasn't being a good friend to Phaedra or not. Whether or not she was being a good friend, just stop fucking with her. You ain't got to sit up there and make up shit on a person. There's people that's done me wrong, but you don't see me getting on here talking shit about them and making videos about them and doing, the absolute most. I never do that. I just simply won't be fucking with you no more. Nene, she tried to film with Nene's have sisters behind her back to dig up dirt on them. So yeah, Phaedra has done some shit. But let's also talk about some of the stuff that y'all did. Now, y'all know I don't like Phaedra, but these women got a lot of nerve too. Quad said that Mariah was doing coke. Call her a cokehead. Okay? She said she was doing coke. That's just as bad. Quad said that Toya set somebody up to get robbed. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of y'all on this cast has done some hateful ass shit. Okay? Trashy ass shit. So as much as I don't like Phaedra, and as much as I feel like Phaedra is a hypocrite, y'all can't say nothing. Just like Phaedra cannot call y'all evil and how y'all do bad things to other women, y'all can't say nothing about her either. That's all I'm saying. So all y'all in the same playpen playing together when it come down to wallowing in the dirt, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, Phaedra should not be talking about how people just do mean shit to folks. You know what I mean? Like, girl, please. Like, we're gonna always remember what you did. Let's be for real. Sweet Tea says that Phaedra doesn't really have a friend in the group. She doesn't feel like she fits in. And she only pretty much talks to Contessa and herself. And then, Contessa says she also talks to Toya too. So Heavenly says, okay, we're gonna break the fourth wall, right? We're gonna break the fourth wall. Phaedra knew that Apollo was coming. I called Phaedra and I told her that Apollo was coming and that Apollo wanted to come in and be a part of this. She said that was fine. And Andy was like, well, do y'all think that Phaedra invited Sheik just to antagonize Apollo? And everybody agreed that that's what she did. And to be honest, as spiteful as Phaedra is, I definitely believe that she brought that man there to be spiteful to Apollo. Do I really give a fuck? No, because Apollo did do some low down dirty things to Phaedra when they were married. Now, he did cheat on her. He did treat her like shit. He did do all those things. Now, he did. Now, I ain't gonna sit up here and act like he did. He did. So she knows that Shaq and Apollo is friends. She know that man be hanging around with Apollo and Shireen. She already knew that. So here's my thing. That's my thing about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, she knew it. Period. Like, she knew all that. She knew all that. So it really doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Because both Phaedra and Apollo, they're both Scorpios, and we already know how they get down, so it don't really matter. Okay, but why is it a problem for her to bring her man, and why is they making it look like it backfired, and it really didn't backfire on her because he the one that got mad? I don't think that they're saying that it's a problem for her to bring Shaq on the trip. They're just calling it as it is. She did bring that man on that trip to get a rise out of Apollo. She did. We can't sit up here and lie about it. Like, that is what she doing. Like, and if don't nobody see that, then you're blind, honey, because she definitely did that now. Y'all not gonna sit up here and fake the funk with me. She definitely did that, man. She definitely invited that man just so she can stick it to Apollo. And if that's what she was doing, and that's fine, right? Apollo did cheat on her. Apollo did do some shit to her. You feel what I'm saying? So who cares? Let me see. And then it was a couple strip at that too. So I mean, why not? They touch on Apollo's charges, and when Quad said, oh, of course, you know, the man doesn't change just because he with somebody else, because sometimes the man gonna always stay the same, whether he's with you or he gonna treat you the same way that he treated the first wife. And when Quad said that, I'm like, girl, that's a slug at Sweet Tea. And we all know that it is a slug at Sweet Tea. And don't act like it ain't no slug at Sweet Tea, because it definitely is, honey. Just saying. Anyway, so Quad says that she and Simone are still working through their issues. She don't really like talking about the situation at hand because they've already, you know, trying to get past everything and all that. I don't understand why Quad keeps on trying to work through the issues with Simone. I don't understand why she keeps trying to do that. Simone don't like you, Quad. Simone don't like you. So why in the hell are you still trying to be cool with her? I get it. Y'all are on the same show. I get it. Y'all gotta get along. I understand that. I get it. I understand it completely and fully. I get that. Don't get me wrong. I get it. I understand. I don't have no qualms about it. But at the same time, though, let's be real. It just looks like you're kissing Simone's ass and you're groveling to her. You just got to make it clear. You got to understand that at some point, groveling over Simone and trying to keep some type of friendship with her is really not worth your time. And I just said something like this on Facebook earlier today. And it was a post that I made, and I said, stop trying to force interactions with people who already have their mind made up on who they think you are as a person. Stop forcing it. There's nothing more to force. Once I realized that, once I realized that this friendship ain't gonna never be the same, once I realized that the damage is done, once I realized that no matter what is gonna always be a thing, we can't be cool. Cordial, but we can't be cool like that. And I'm good on it. I'm good with not being cool with certain people. That don't mean that we beefing. It don't really mean that I hate you or anything like that. But enough is enough. The friendship has set and sailed. There's no need for me to try to keep you around just because you've been my friend for X amount of years. If it ain't working no more, it just ain't working, and we got to move on. At the age of 36, I am not going to keep on trying to force anything with a bunch of motherfuckers that don't like me. They already got their minds made up about me. So why am I wasting my time trying to force an interaction with people who already got their mind made up on who they think I am? So if you're going to continue to think that I'm that person, although I'm constantly trying to tell you that is not who I am, but if you're going to keep on thinking that I'm that person, then stay like that. I ain't got to keep on trying to be around your ass. I don't need that. I don't need that. You feel what I'm saying? So it is what it is. It is what it is. Don't nobody got time for that bullshit. We're all grown. Don't nobody got time to be trying to kiss nobody's ass to get along with them. That's something that Scotty ain't never been a fan of. I'm never going to kiss nobody's ass to get along with them. And I feel like that is exactly what Quad is doing, and it makes this shit fake. Okay? If you got to beef with Simone, then beef with her. I'm not going to keep on being friends with a motherfucker that constantly keeps on pushing me out the group, leading a damn ambush. Ain't nobody got time for that bullshit. Quad, Simone feels like you giving her your ass to kiss multiple times. Okay, she felt like that, and she still feels like that. Okay, Simone feels like you use them. Simone feels that way, girl, and you got to take the bitter with the sweet, baby. That's how she feels, and it is what it is. Quad really don't have no problem with Simone. Simone done had a problem with Quad since that fucking sister circle shit. And to be honest, Simone was the main one mad about the sister circle shit. So what the fuck? Ain't no need to keep that shit going. Um, let me see. Simone said that she did not feel like Quad needed an apology. Right there lets me know she didn't think that how she treated you in Napa was wrong. She didn't even think that you was owed an apology or that you even deserved an apology, although they sat there, invited you on a trip, flew your ass across the country to California, only to let you know we don't want you on this trip no more and you got to get the fuck on. One of the main people that brought Sweet Tea into this damn group, just to spite you. So again, why are you trying to be friends with these folks? And another thing too, everybody love to try to call out Quad for being fake and always got a problem with saying, oh, Quad ain't no friend, Quad ain't this, Quad ain't that. Everybody love to call Quad a damn fraud. But what about these other women on this show? Why would she keep it real with any of them when they like y'all brought Sweet Tea and Dr. G on this show? Like y'all pulled for them to be on this show, knowing that Quad and Dr. G got an abusive ass past. Y'all all knew that shit, and y'all chose to push for them to be on this show and put him in the same damn vicinity as Quad. And I think that that's fucked up. It doesn't take away the way that I feel about Sweet Tea, because y'all know I love my Sweet Tea. 100. I fucks with Sweet Tea the long way. But if we're gonna talk about it, we're gonna talk about it. Why does she need to be friends with these women when they did that? She shouldn't even be friends with Dr. Heavenly, if we're being real. So what you mean? I'm over that. Toya says, what I'm tired of is hearing Quad say that we brought her on this trip just so we can kick her out the group, and that is not true. How was it not, Toya? Because I could have sworn that was the whole purpose of y'all bringing that girl on this damn trip, was so y'all can bring her on this trip, embarrass her, you know what I'm saying, and make sure that she felt like shit once she left this damn trip. Because that's how it came across to me. If we're being honest, that's exactly how the fuck it came across to me. So what are you talking about? What you mean? What you talking about? So I feel like that's real crazy and it's odd to me. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I can't do that. Hold on, y'all. Okay, there we go. That's everything. Okay, there we go. Let me look. Scotty, if Phaedra brought Chick to get back at Apollo, didn't Apollo bring his wife to her Phaedra because she was a side piece when they were married? That doesn't take away from what I said. She did bring Shek on that trip to hurt him, to hurt Apollo. And it was well known that it's well known that Apollo is married to Shireen. Apollo knew nothing about Shek dating Phaedra. So I don't understand what that's supposed to mean. Even Phaedra knew they was gonna do Quiet like that and didn't want to fly with her. Right. Exactly. Heavily brought her to the show. I didn't understand. I just don't. I don't know what that means. Let me see. And the wording Dr. Simone used was, "We're going to ask you to leave this trip." Exactly. I do appreciate Toya exposing the apologies were not sincere and were fake. I guess she means I didn't understand how Choir was never mad with Heavenly. Right. She's never mad with Heavenly, and Heavenly always do bullshit. Let me see where we at. Where we at? 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 Okay, she said, if anything, Simone was the one who said, I want you to leave this trip. But did y'all not have a whole meeting before Napa and you didn't really want her on the trip to begin with? Like, I'm just trying to understand why everybody trying to switch up now. The fact of the matter is this right here. Y'all tried to get that girl kicked off the show so y'all can make room for Sweet Tea, and that's what happened. That's what happened. So it is what it is. Like, come on now. Y'all trying to gaslight people like we didn't see what was going on. And so then Quad said, okay, but y'all, even if it was just Simone's thing, even if it was just Simone that was trying to get me gone, y'all didn't try to step in and say anything. Y'all didn't try to do shit. And honestly, Quad, as true as that is, this ain't no different than when Simone sat up there and called that thing at that dinner table and said that Mariah was not going to be involved in nothing else that they did. And they really did that because you didn't want to be around Mariah. And I guess the rest of them had their own issues with Mariah. So therefore, they chose your side and decided to ice her out of the whole show. Now, granted, I don't fucking like Mariah. I don't like Mariah at all. I never have. I don't understand why the hell everybody goes up for Mariah anyway. I don't get it. But the facts are facts. These same damn women who sat up there and ousted her ass off this show, what the fuck made you think they weren't gonna do the same thing to you? They ain't never liked you, Quad. Do you not remember when you first came on this show and they were treating you like shit even back then? They ain't never liked you, girl. Never liked you. Never seen it for you. And you know that. So why are we acting surprised here? They never liked you. So if you think that they got Mariah off the damn show, the very person that created the opportunity for every single one of y'all to be on this mother, what make you think they weren't gonna get you off once you pissed them off? Come on now. Let's be for real. Simone says that Quad acts like they are ganging up on her, but y'all were ganging up on her last season. Simone says that Quad has given them her ass to kiss for years. So why y'all faking being friends then, Simone? If you really feel that way, why the hell are you faking the funk with her then? Toya says that for all this time when they all apologized to them, to Quad, the apologies were not sincere. They only apologized because they felt like Quad did, because they felt like Quad wanted an apology. So therefore, they felt like, okay, I give her an apology just because she feel like she deserves one. I always said that the apologies were not sincere. I've always said that. I've always said that, the apologies didn't mean shit. I've always said the apology wasn't shit. I've always said that. I said that from the very motherfucking beginning, that these apologies are not sincere in the least bit. They're not sincere at all. They're not sincere. They're not. Then Simone said, for the longest time, for over a year, you had a king and we didn't know. Why would you know that she had a king if y'all wasn't fucking with her and she wasn't fucking with y'all? Why would y'all know? How would y'all know that? Why would y'all know? If we're just co-workers and we just working on this show together and we really ain't got no kind of relationship like that outside of this damn show at this particular moment, what the fuck make you think I'm finna tell you about my man? Please be serious. What makes you think that I'm gonna tell you about my man, the man that I got, and we ain't even fucking with each other like that? We need to be for real though. We really need to be for real about this situation. Like for real though. Sweet Tea says she doesn't understand why Quad keeps on coming for her. She doesn't understand why Quad keeps on having things to say about her. She feels like they never had no more than a 2-minute conversation. So why does she have so much to say about her? I've always felt like Quad's I've always felt like Quad has shaded Sweet Tea really for no reason. I felt like that last season. I felt like it was kind of like it wasn't warranted. Like Sweet Tea really hadn't done anything to Quad, at least back then. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't know. I'm like, I don't really know. I don't really know what that was about. At least at the very beginning, I didn't know what it was about, to be honest. Like, I was like, why is she shading that girl so hard like that? For me, at the beginning, that's how I felt. No lies, that's how I felt. I didn't understand it. Now I can understand somewhere down the line where, okay, yeah, I get it. But at the beginning, I didn't understand it. And I personally felt like at the very beginning, Quad was shading her first at the beginning because she was. And I don't give a fuck what none of y'all are saying. That's how I feel. I've been saying it. Now, do I think that Quad is jealous of this union between her and Dr. G? I don't. I don't think she's jealous. I don't see the reason for her to be jealous of Sweet Tea in Dr. Gregory's relationship. Why would she be jealous? She left the man. Why would she be jealous? Why would she be jealous of their relationship? Some of the things that Sweet Tea is going through, which we saw when he was talking to her crazy behind closed doors. Quad already went through that. So why would she be jealous of that? So it is what it is. Um Quad claims that she doesn't have a problem with her, but it looks like you do. Quad says that Sweet Tea wouldn't be here without her. And then that's when Sweet Tea said, and you wouldn't have been here without Gregory, being that he is the medicine that you were married to. Well, Sweet Tea, that kind of applies to your ass too. I mean, you wouldn't be here without Dr. G either. No, I mean, let's be clear. You married to medicine just like she was. So it kind of applies to you too. That's when Quad says that Sweet Tea um is being talked to like shit on a stick, and she's gonna have to live with it and deal with it or whatever. So then Sweet Tea says that Quad is a non-factor, and then she feels like Quad is very fake. And that's when Quad says that Sweet Tea is country. She gives country. And that's when Sweet Tea says, well, you just a hop and a skip from Tennessee. You're a Beverly Hillbilly. And I'm like, what the fuck is she talking about? What the fuck? What the hell did that even? What the fuck? What? You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know where the hell that came from. It was crazy. But anyway, Mariah brought Quad to the show, not Dr. G. Oh my God. If Quad was not married to Dr. G, Mariah never would have brought her on the show. Let's not be obtuse. Y'all, you know exactly what I'm saying. Please stop. Oh my God. Y'all know exactly. Some of y'all be knowing what I be talking about. And y'all just want to come in and just like, child. Um, Let me see. No shade, but Sweet Tea's name alone gives country. Well, Quad name ain't short stopping. Like Quadria ain't upper echelon. I'm just saying. But let me see. So then Quad says it's on with it upward for her. They start talking about Toya's dynamic with Eugene, and sometimes they be feeling like Toya be doing way too much with Eugene and stuff like that. And then you know what I'm saying? She says that that's their dynamic. They both crack jokes on each other, and that's just what it is. Scotty, you know Sweet Tea and should have helped her on her reading game. Well, I'm not a reader, so I don't know how I could help her. I'm just saying. I don't read people. I'm not a good reader at all. So I don't know why y'all feel like I could help Sweet Tea with her reads. Like I'm not a reader like that. I'm just saying. But anyway, Toya got a new house again. So it is what it is. Um, let me see. Toya speaks on Sweet Tea, and she was basically talking about her relationship with Sweet Tea and all that other stuff and how she feels about her. Sweet Tea says that Toya wanted her to go to war with Quad. I definitely believe that. Cause when Quad came to that when Quad came to that damn bridal shower of hers, Toya was the main one that was sitting up there telling her to kick Quad up out of there because Toya had a problem with Quad. So I definitely feel like at the end of the day, you, and when I say you, I'm talking about Toya, you did want that girl to go at Quad. You did. You did. And you acted like you was mad that she didn't go at Quad. So please, let's not act like you didn't. Where we at? So then she says that Toya and Heavenly are instigators when it comes down to her and Quad. I agree with that too. I agree with that too. Toya did want that girl to go after Quad because she was still mad at Quad from the season before that, and I wasn't mad with Toya for being mad with Quad at the end of the day. I mean, I get it. I definitely get it. I understand why she was mad with Quad. If somebody tried to say that I sit up there and set somebody up to get robbed, I'll be mad too, just being real. I would have been fucking mad too if you asked me. So I ain't really upset about that part. But then Heavenly was right there trying to get Sweet Tea on the damn show because they felt like that was gonna help Quad or set Quad off. So in so many words, I do think that both Toya and Heavenly was in that lady ear about Quad. I really do believe that. That's why I feel like Heavenly ain't shit really, and I don't understand why Heavenly don't never get the blowback that everybody else get because she be playing in folks' face too. That's the shit that I don't understand. But I guess it ain't meant for me to understand at the end of the day. I guess it ain't meant for me to understand because I don't care how some of y'all, a lot of y'all in my comments, a lot of y'all don't really care for a lot of y'all don't really care for Sweet Tea, and that is perfectly fine and absolutely okay. A lot of y'all don't care for Sweet Tea like that. I know y'all don't, but when it come down to this, I definitely agree with Sweet Tea. When it come down to that, I definitely feel like that because they brought her on just to be messy, and then once they didn't have no use for her no more, now they want to discard her, and I think that's fucked up. Um, Let me see what else we got going on here. Um, Let me see. Where we at? Where we at? Toya then denies it. Toya says that Sweet Tea feels away because she's cool with Quiet again. I feel away about Quiet being cool with y'all again. If we're being honest here, I feel away about that because it's fake as fuck. That's how I feel. I feel like it's fake as fuck to be quite honest. Cause now all of a sudden you cool with Quad now and that, and you choosing her side and all this other stuff. And Quad is a damn fool if she ever believes that any of you motherfuckers are her friend and y'all are on her side. Y'all, we got like 13 people. Well, we did have 13. We got 18 away from 400 people to be in this live. If y'all haven't shared this live, please go ahead and share it to your social media platforms and anywhere you need to share it so we can get that I want to hit 400 people before this live is over. At least I hope I hit 400 people before this live is over. But I think we'll hit 400 before this live is over. I mean, we way too close for it. But yeah, so where we at? Um Quad says that Sweet Tea kicked her out of the party when Toya asked her to, which she did kick her out of the party when Toya asked her to, because she was living up to, I ain't gonna say living up her ass, but she was cool with Toya and she didn't really know Quad like that. So if she was gonna ask somebody to leave, then she could have asked, Quad was gonna be the one that she asked to leave. And on top of that, that is her fiance's ex-wife. Why would she want her there? But girl, you really didn't know none of them women on this damn show, if you really want to be honest. Like, you didn't know none of them. So really, if you was gonna kick Quiet out, you should have kicked all their asses out, honestly. Especially Phaedra, when Phaedra was the one who brought her ass to the damn show, to be honest. But at the same point in time, it's just like, girl, Quiet didn't need to be there. That's just the fact of the matter. She didn't need to be at that girl's thing. Simone tries to have a big sister moment with Sweet Tea, and I just feel as though it's bullshit. I don't trust Simone as far as I can throw her ass, her and her damn rabbit mouth. Let me see. Let me say something real quick. Everybody is entitled to their opinions in this chat. Let's be clear. For example, Too Feisty has been a mod of mine since the very beginning. Since we first started having live. She's been my mod from the jump. So I have a special place in my heart for her. But I don't agree with half of the shit her ass be saying when it comes down to this show. But she's allowed to have her opinion. So y'all can, have convos amongst each other about how y'all feel about this show and things like that. But don't come at each other about it. And as for the all caps, the moderators will time you out if you keep typing in all caps, because the all caps of it all, it makes people think that you're what's the word I'm looking for? It's like a YouTube thing. We can get flagged when you have all caps in the chat. So don't do all caps, because that's why they time folks out when they do all caps in the chat. That's why they keep asking y'all to stop typing in all caps, because I could get flagged like that, because it'll look like it's something that it ain't. So just try not to use all caps, y'all. Yeah, aggressive speech. Thank you, Universal Goddess. Aggressive speech. Thank you. So Contessa and Heavenly discussed the things that Heavenly said about her husband on YouTube. Here's the thing. When it comes down to Contessa and Heavenly, they don't need to be friends again. They don't need to be friends again. They don't need to be cool again. They need to just agree to not fuck with each other. And that's it. Agree not to fuck with each other and all that other good stuff. Agree not to fuck with each other, because y'all clearly don't fuck with each other like that, and y'all never will. And that's absolutely fine. But here's my thing with the whole situation, though. I feel like Heavenly needs to know that she was wrong for talking about that lady husband on YouTube, because I would never get up here and talk about I just don't. I'm never okay with them with anybody going to social media talking about their friend husband, like, or just talking about their friend, period. Like, I just don't understand it. And if a person constantly keep telling you to stop doing something because it's hurting them, then you might need to stop doing it. I don't care what Contessa said about her husband. Don't do that. So I'll never be okay with that. I'll never be okay with that shit. Like, it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll never be okay with that. But Heavenly gets on YouTube and talk about everybody, and everybody allows her to get away with that. And I ain't with that shit. Um, then the rumors about Diddy comes out, and apparently he got some mixed baby somewhere, and everybody knows about it but Dr. Heavenly. So I want to know where these rumors then came from. I want to know why everybody is saying this shit. I need to know what the tea is about that. Like, for real. Like, what's really going on with that situation? But that was pretty much the gist of the reunion. The reunion was okay. The reunion was all right, I had me a couple of things to discuss. Married to Medicine normally brings it with the reunions. Like, if the season wasn't really that great, then the reunion always makes up for it. So that's why I had to come in and do a live about it, because I really ain't been feeling the season like that. I really ain't cared about the season like that, to be honest. But I had to come in and do a live for the reunion. But we did get our 400 folks in here. We did get the 400 people in here, which is great. So I really appreciate it. We'll talk more about Dr. Damon and those rumors when we come back next week. But however, I just want to also remind you guys one more time. Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna do a video about Latrice. I may or may not be on camera. I'm not sure. I know I got to talk about Candy and the lawsuit stuff and all that other shit. So I think I might put them both on the same video. Who knows? I might be. I may be. I know y'all like for me to do it with my face showing, but I might not do it. I may not be on camera for that video. But that's gonna be the only other video that y'all get. But let me remind y'all, as I get ready to get up out of here, that tonight is the Whether You Like It or Not panel, and we will be over on Josiah's channel. So make sure you guys tune in. I'm going to share the link soon as this live is over. I'm sharing the link to the panel tonight. I'm going to need for you guys to go over there. Also, not only just go over there and watch the panel, but go over there and support JoJo, okay? Because like I said, he's getting his channel back up and running. He's doing it very slowly. He's starting off slow right now. He's putting out videos as he go. So I'm gonna need for you guys to show him a little bit of support or whatever, and just do your thug thizzle. So yeah, go ahead and support him. I'm actually getting ready to share the link right now as we end this. So anyways, God, I sound stopped up. So with that being said, this is your guy, Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, and share this video. And also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever you want to follow me on any form of social media. My Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boys up out of here, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye, y'all. Go ahead and go to the community wall so y'all can get that link for tonight's panel and set your reminders. I'm out of here, you guys. Bye.